like to welcome in San Diego State head coach Brady Hoke, senior running back Kagan Williams, and senior linebacker Caden McDonald. We'll kick it off with a few statements from Coach Hoke.
Yeah, number one, thanks for coming out. We really, are thankful to be here. We're really excited to be here. We were here 3 years ago or 2 years ago, and it really is great to be back. I think, the people associated with the Frisco Bowl and the hospitality and all those things, we want to thank everybody. Sean, Ren, Chris, Ray, Nick, all the volunteers have been great. We really appreciate it all. Prosper High School, we had the opportunity to go there and practice, and it couldn't have worked out better. Valerie Little, their AD, want to thank her for kind of putting that together. And also, Coach Horton has a little influence, so it was great to be able to be there. Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we appreciate everything. Rudy's Barbecue, the Galaxy Theaters, Tumbleweed, and all those people who are very supportive. It's really, we're excited about having the opportunity to play such a good football program in UTSA, USA title, against Western Kentucky, 12-win season. That's all really special, and we're excited to be the opponent and to play our best football. This team and the guys in this program haven't played a home game in 2 years. They've gone up to Carson, California, and have done an excellent job. And I really give them a lot of credit because the leadership of the guys on this football team and how they've handled 2 seasons. And, we have not, to this point, missed any games. We've been able to play all the way through. We did have an incident, that happened during championship week, but at the same time, just really how our guys have reacted, how they've followed the protocols. I give San Diego State a lot of credit. Our people within our medical staff on campus and within the athletic office, and we're proud of the guys.
All righty, with that, we'll open it up to questions. Go ahead, please.
Brady, I was talking to Coach Traylor and some of his players before you guys came in about they had a Power 5 win they won at Illinois to start their season, what it meant, how it propelled them, what it signaled. They kept using words like, it signaled we were legit, things like that. It's kind of old hat for you guys now. You won maybe 70 your last night against the Pac-12. What are those games early on when you're starting to win them and get traction and they transform from surprise wins to routine or more consistent wins? What does it mean when you're making that transition in those types of games?
Yeah, Bryce, I think number one, I think the mindset of your team, if you've got a group of guys who are highly competitive, which I think we do, I think that has something to do with it. I do think it translates a little bit to a little bit more confidence. But as we all know, winning's hard. I mean, it's hard. What they did winning their conference, I give them a lot of respect because it's hard. And our guys for 11 weeks, or 10 weeks, played pretty daggone good football. But we talked about winning's hard all the time, and I think our leadership really got us through it.
Caden, Keegan, do you guys have some thoughts along those lines of those types of wins along the way?
Yeah, having those kind of wins really motivates the team. It really, because a lot of us we're like under recruited or not offered by those big schools, so we come into those games with a chip on our shoulder, and to go out there and win those games, it definitely gives the team a different edge and different set of confidence, knowing that, hey, even though these guys are rated higher than us and ranked higher than us and all this and that, when you step between the lines on the field, it's all football, and it matters who's going to score the most points and be the toughest team on the field. So after those big games versus those big teams, it's genuinely a great confidence booster for us.
Just to build off of that, like what Caden said, it gives the team confidence and the momentum to propel forward, to move on in the season, and just knowing that you played those kind of Power 5 teams that are supposed to be better than you, and beat them, it for sure gives you confidence.
We'll go to Chris over here and then a few questions via Zoom. Go ahead, Chris.
Caden, I'm Chris Mikoski with Bowl Season Radio. Playing at Justin Northwest, did you ever play in this stadium against Frisco ISD school? And just how much excitement did you have when you heard you were going to get to come back and start a game so close to home?
So I never had to play a game at this stadium, but I did play my last football game at the Star. And I'm fortunate enough to play 3 out of the 4 bowl games we've been in have been within 45 minutes of home. So that's truly a blessing to be able to come home for my last game of the season. I get to have all my friends, family, old coaches, a ton of people in the stands I get to play in front of that don't necessarily get the opportunities to because San Diego's so far away, halfway across the country. So when I get to come home and play in front of them, it really means the world to me to be able to do what I love in front of them, because all those people in the stands all played a role in to get me to where I'm at today. And so for me to be able to play in front of them, for them to support me as well, it really means a lot. And I also just want to thank Frisco Bowl and the Bowl Committee and everything for having us out again. It's truly a blessing to listen for all the things you do and all the hospitality that they have done for us.
All right, we're going to go via Zoom now and kick it off with Lee Hamilton, followed by Derek and then Steve. Go ahead, Lee.
Hey Brady, thanks for the time. You've looked at a lot of video of the guys they've beaten, and they've beaten some pretty impressive people. How good is Frank Harris compared to all the other hired gun quarterbacks that you played this year?
Well, as you know, we've played a bunch of guys who are going to play at the next level, and I don't think Frank's much different. I think what he does extending plays, what he does and being a defensive line coach by trade, he drives you crazy. And I think it was kind of neat just to meet him as he was leaving the building. But really, a tremendous quarterback, a great leader. I think their team, their offense responds to him. But we'll have our hands full, as a dual threat guy. It puts a lot of pressure on your defense.
I went back and looked at the numbers, and they've got 5 receivers averaging anywhere between 11 and 15 yards per catch. They're just in attack mode from the minute they leave the breakfast table?
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, doesn't matter. A snack, Lee. They have a tremendous, they're 12-1 for a reason. And that reason is they got good football players, they play well together, and they're well coached.
What's the pecking order of quarterback, and who starts for you?
Lucas will start.
And beyond that?
We hope not.
Hey, everybody healthy? We have to hold any number of players out?
No.
Green light go for everybody?
Yes.
Okay. And a big question out here, are you gonna get one of those white cowboy hats?
I got one. I'll wear it on the way home. We'll go have a beer.
You got it. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Yep, Merry Christmas, Lee.
Thank you, Lee. We're going to go to Derek Torgerson.
Hey, Phil, Brady, I know you've talked about the last 2 years being road games. I'd like to get Caden and Caden's take on that. Fellas, what's it been like for you guys, especially going through your senior year, just not being able to really play a game at home, and then knowing that when you guys, when you leave, you're leaving a legacy behind with Aztec Stadium there?
It definitely was difficult the first year. We had no fans in the stadium at all, so that was definitely some adjusting to do. But after a while, we claimed that place our home, and we got into a routine, and we had the same routine every single week. We'd go up there, so that was what we called home, and we got comfortable with that, and it wasn't that bad. But being able to, because I'm returning this next season, being able to have a stadium 15 minutes from campus that we're going to genuinely call Aztec Stadium, that's our home. That's going to be awesome for our fans, our culture of our team. It's really going to be a game changer for our program. It's going to be an awesome atmosphere, and I genuinely cannot wait to play there.
build on that, having road games, like you said, it was really hard, but I think ultimately as a team, we grew much stronger, and we had to rely on ourselves and not really focus on the outside noise or having fans or anything like that. More so just playing the game that we play the best that we can.
And then following up on that, it's going to be a heavy Roadrunner crowd there, since it's so close to the San Antonio, especially relative to San Diego. Did all these last 2 years get you a little bit, I guess, immune to feeling this kind of a game where you're going into a bowl game where you really don't have a home field advantage?
Absolutely.
And can you guys give me your spoiler-free Spider-Man review?
It was really good. I don't really watch any of the Marvel movies. Like, I just watch them, but I don't really like pay attention. Like, I'm not a nerd about it, but it's very good. I highly recommend you should go watch it.
You are a nerd.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I am a nerd, so that is awesome to hear. Fellas, good luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you guys when you get back and holding that trophy here at the football complex.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Derek. Go ahead, Steve.
Hi, Steve Helwick, SB Nation. I have a question for Coach Hoke. Coach, last time you were with this program in a bowl game was 2010 Poinsettia Bowl, and you guys won 9 games for the first time since 1977. Now that you're back in a bowl game with the same program, what's that feeling that you built something sustainable here in your first stint, and you're able to go back and build on that?
Well, I think this, number one, it's not the coach, it's the players, and it's the guys you recruit, the character of the guys, and I think the coaching staff itself, I'm real proud of the guys that we have on this staff that have mentored and helped build and helped guys learn life lessons and how to play the great game of football.
All right. Anybody else via Zoom? Chris, go ahead.
Coach, I read the column by Mr. Miller about your family, 3 time zones away, burning the midnight oil.
Oh, yeah.
You finally get a game in the central time zone, a little bit easier to handle. So how excited were they to know that they weren't going to have to stay up all night, and did any of them make the trip here to Frisco?
None of them made the trip. Father-in-law is 90, my mom's 89, but both of them love Aztec football, so they appreciate the time zone difference, and they'll guaranteed they'll both be watching the whole game through.
Any other questions in the room? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just one. So Caden, you would have been in the 2018 Frisco Bowl here?
Yes, sir. I was there.
I don't know how to phrase this correctly. I don't know, highlights, memories, probably not many, but.
Cold and wet. It was a downpour from like second quarter on. I just remember it being like a mud pit on the field, but it's definitely going to be a different outcome this year. We're going to get some nice weather, and it's going to be a great game. UTSA is a great football team. This 3rd best record of all bowl games combined, I think it's 23-3. I guess it's going to be a great game. I highly encourage everyone to watch it and come out and support as well. I'm really excited to play in front of everyone here and in front of the whole country, being the only game on TV that night.
And probably not realistically a factor in this game, because 3 years probably feels like a lifetime ago, but, or is it that you want to have a different feel and taste walking out of the stadium than the.
Well, I think every single game you step on the field, you want to win. You play to win. So I think that's the goal of everyone. Every time you play football, you don't just play for the heck of it. You play to win, and that's our goal, is to win. So we definitely want to have a different outcome than 2018.
One more question via Zoom from Lee Hamilton. Lee, go ahead.
Caden, you've had such great success, and the Aztec football program's been built around this cement tough defense. Is this the best defense you think the Aztecs have had in a while?
I think so. This has definitely been one of the funnest defenses I've ever been a part of. Being able to be a leader on this defense is truly a blessing, because I know all the other 10 guys around me and everyone on the sideline is got the same mentality. We want to, we all know what to do and know how to do it. All 11 guys to the ball in a bad humor and keep the other team out the end zone. these guys play with fanatical effort. This team, this defense works harder than any other team I've ever been a part of. They just want it. They have grit, toughness. They just want to win, and just want to be great. And it's definitely truly a blessing to be a part of a team like this.
And I have one more question for Brady. What was the most impressive win in the video that you looked at of these guys? Is it the win at Illinois, or is it outgunning Western Kentucky twice, or the win over Memphis? What was it?
Well, number one, I think the win over Memphis, because there's a lot of respect that personally I have with them. And then the Western Kentucky, the title game, I think, their quarterback, Western Kentucky's quarterback, obviously had a pretty good day again against App State the other night. That's going to be a great win in winning a conference championship and how they played.
Thank you.
Alrighty, anybody else here in the room for San Diego State? Alrighty, gentlemen, thank you so much. Good luck
Thank you.
tomorrow. Really
Yep,
appreciate the
thank
time.
you.
Thank you.